welcome to 3D Leisure Home with Gail. Just going to run through half an hour of fitness Pilates. So we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth. All the exercises, you can make them easier or harder. Please work within your means and have a rest if you need to have a rest. Focus on drawing the tummy in extra tight. We're going to be doing some little bit of balance work, a little bit of stretch and strengthening the core. So hopefully you are well and joining me today. Do appreciate it, and we just want to have the feet nice and grounded and hips forward, slight tilt here so that you're not arching the back. And then we just want to lift one arm up on in breath, lengthen the spine and breathe out. So breathe in and breathe out. So in through the nose. Nice long flat back, and then two hands, breathing in and breathing out. So make sure to lift the crown of the head and breathing out. And last time, breathing in and breathing out. So just going to set the hands in breath and out, in breath and out. Nice and slow. And then just going to drop the head over, feet hip width apart. Breathing in, dropping the head over, breathing out back. In breath and out. In and out last time. And then we want to just sit back, reaching the arms forward, pushing your bottom back. Again, have this little flat back. Breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, coming back. In breath and out. And then we're going to lift the knee and the arms. So breathing in, hold the leg up, couple of breaths, breathing out, pushing out, breathing in, coming up. So breathing out, breathing in, keeping the hips level to the front. And if you're hopping around, just keep trying. In breath last time, breathing out and in and back down. You might have one side better than the other, and just work to strengthen and the ankles will stabilise the stronger you get. Lifting up on in breath, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Push that knee out, guys. Breathing out and in last time, breathing out and in and rest. So sticking with our little balance, we're going to have one foot behind onto the toe, lifting on in breath, and if you wish you can drop forward. You can have your hands onto the waist if you wish. You can have your hands back and take this nice and low, and nice and slowly bring it back up. Add the foot onto the toe behind. Lifting on in breath. You can just stretch if you wish. You don't have to drop forward. I'm taking my hands to my waist today. You can have your hands back. And nice and slowly bringing that leg back. So you're just going to open up with the spine, take a deep breath in, drop your chin down, reach down on your out breath, down to the floor, have a couple of breaths here, allow the head just to hang loosely, and then on your next out breath, draw the tummy up and roll up, roll your shoulders and squeeze back. And then I'm going to stand to the back of my mat. Give yourself space to walk forward. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, reach down, walk out into your plank, and tummy up tight. Push back through your heels, make sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. And from here we're going to lift up on in breath. Now if this is too difficult, just take the knee onto the mat and reach up. So you can have the knee down, we're breathing in, your gaze up to the ceiling and back and nice and high. Controlled, hips level as you come down, don't rock too much. And then we're just going to sit back into child pose. Bottom coming back down onto the heels. If you have a cushion in the bottom, can't reach the heels, you can put a cushion in between your bottom and your heels. Stretching out to the front, elbows drawing into centre, fingertips stretched. And from there, we're just going to come up onto the knees, having the hips pushing out to the front, arms forward, chin lifted, and then we're going to lean back, pushing the hips out to the front. So it's not your back bend, it's just pushing forward, keeping the back flat, and coming back up. So an out breath, you lean back, in breath, coming back. So breathing out, and breathing in. Breathing out as we come back, and breathing in, and I'm going to stay back. Let the legs tingle and burn, chin up, hold, and rest. I'm going to come down onto our side plank today. So your options are, we're on our elbow. If you want to have one knee staying on the floor, then you can do that, and try and make sure your shoulders directly under, and you can lift up. Slightly harder, one foot in front of each other, and if the feet are stacked on top, it'll be the most difficult. So we're up, holding nice high hip, and then we're going to breathe in, down, and breathe out, push up. So if your knees on the ground, you can still do the same lift. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and holding up, nice and high. Make sure your hips are level on top of one another. Hold and rest. So we're going to draw elbow and knee in. If you're on your knee, it'll be the same. If you're up on your feet, it'll be harder. So again, lifting, stretching, and I'm going to breathe out as I bring elbow, knee together. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out and in, and make sure you keep this hip up. If your hip is dropping down, bring that knee onto the mat. Breathe out and then rest. So that's quite difficult. So we're going to have one foot behind, grounded foot to the back, hips forward, and we want to breathe in as we lift the two hips to the ceiling. If you're doing this from straight arm, full arm, it'll be harder. So we don't want to rest when you come back down. So we breathe in, we push up, breathe out, hover, breathe in and breathe out, or full arm. So this gives you a little mini back bend. So such a nice stretch. Breathe out, opening up your hips. Breathe out, and then one more, and rest. So we're going to come over onto the other side and onto your elbow plank. Your options from your knee. So we're going to lift up and foot in front of each other, harder, or stacked on top. Breathe in, drop your hip down, breathe out, push up. Control your breathing, in through the nose, out through the mouth, pushing. 2 more. Last one. Hold up and rest. So the next one is either on your knee, elbow, or else you're on your toes, going your hardest. So if you need a rest in between, if you need to have a drink, guys, have a drink. Just work within your means. We're lifting. This hip stays up throughout. And take a deep breath in. Breathe out and in. Breathe out and in. Out and in. Controlled, hips staying up. 2 more. Last one. Well done. Foot comes behind. Either staying in your bent arm or your full arm. We breathe in and we push, lift 2 hips up to the ceiling. So nice, long push of the hips. Hover. Breathe in and breathe out. Don't hold your breath, it's the most important. Push and rest. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come into our just our sit bones. We're going to come back, leaning back. So we want to focus on the belly button, drawing down extra tight. And we're just going to come down with 3 stages on your out breath. If it's too difficult, come back up, give a little stretch, and then relax and come back in. So the arms are forward. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. We're drawing down the belly button and we're holding. And then your next out breath, you come lower with the shoulders towards the mat. You keep the space between your chin. And then you take the last one and hold. Tummy extra tight, squeezing down. Holding. And come up. Hug around the bottom of the knees. Breathe in, squeeze the chest. Squeeze the shoulders back, open up your chest. Breathe out, dropping down the chin. Breathe in, lifting. And breathe out. And from there, we're going to just slide down. So take the roll down nice and slow. I'm having my legs bent. You can have your legs straight if you wish. Out breath, we're rolling down, hips up, coming down, bone by bone, nice and slow. Up and back, nice and slow. And extend the legs. Toes and hands, enjoy your stretch. Push the small of the back into the mat. Nice big deep breath into the nose and out through the mouth. And again. And nice and slow. And we're going to take this into our bridge. So we're going to have the legs bent, feet grounded. Push the feet down into the mat as you lift. So we're just going to lift the hips and just as straight up and down and then back. So we breathe out, we breathe in, breathe out and in, and lift. And if this is enough, you can stay with this. We're going to hold up, hold the hips level, squeeze the glutes, make sure the hips are. You could balance a little tray across here and it would stay. It wouldn't tip off, so you don't want one side dropping down. And if you wish to make this harder, we lift one leg. So we're drawing back the knee on in breath, breathe out. So this hips staying up, so you're not dropping down on one side. So squeeze and extend. Squeeze if it's too difficult. good. 2 feet on the floor, just stay with your bridge. You can have a rest if you need to. And then bring that down. Give a little hug, stretch out the back. Squeeze, stretch out the glutes. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. So the feet are down, nice and flat. And we're going to lift in your out breath. And then we're going to keep the squeeze on the level hips, breathing naturally. We're going to lift one leg without dropping down the hip. Opposite leg. And breathe out and in. Keep those hips up, guys. Push through that foot. It's on the mat. Fire up the hamstrings. Last one. And bring that down nice and slow. Hug. Squeeze. And then we're going to just do our little twists. So the legs, our options are, so we're lifting the shoulders and then we twist over and back down. Make sure you push the shoulder with the elbow on your out breath. So we breathe out and in, out and in. And your options here to make this a little bit harder is to have the legs up and breathe out and in. So you can push up nice and high, out and in. Squeeze that belly button down. Taking the leg lower will be harder as you twist. Nice and slow, out and in. Push the shoulder over and have a little rest, and then we're going to just do one leg on in breath and one leg on out breath. If you wish to stay grounded, you can do that. If you wish to push high, you can do that. Knees back above your hips, and then you breathe in, breathe out, in and out. This can be higher or from the mat. Push, squeeze. If you take the elbows to outside the knees, this will make it a lot harder. Push, push. And rest. Squeezing in. Rest your head, lift the head, hands back down, give it a squeeze. Give it little rolls, holding below the knees and small little circles. Putting pressure onto the sacrum, it always feels so good. And, ooh, that feels nice. We're going to take the legs up in the air. So if you have tight hamstrings, you might have a slight bend. So the head rested will be your easier option, and the legs bent will be easier again. Tapping, legs up. So taking one leg down, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. If you wish to make this a little bit more challenging, lift the chest up, hands to temples, and breathing out. So I'm now giving a little squeeze as I'm taking my chest down. So down and up. Breathe in and out. If you're staying grounded with the head, that's fine. Nice straight legs if possible. And then we're going to give a little hug, and then we're going to slow that down to count to 2. Again, don't have your head tipped back. If your head is down, make sure you lift and back up, so above hips, knees and toes in line together. If you're making it more difficult, you go through your chest, and we breathe in, 2, and back up for 2. Breathe in, and breathe out. Just 1, 2, and up 2. In breath through the nose, out breath through the mouth. In 2, out 2, in and out, and hug. If you wish to stay with singles, you can stay with singles, you can stay with your head on the mat. We're going to slow this down to 4s. Talk. Okay, legs up, chest up if you want to make it harder, and we're going in, 2, 3, 4, and up, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, draw the belly up and down. Extra tight, guys. Work in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice and slow. And we count to 4 down. 4 up. Last time on this leg. And up. And I'm going to scissor the legs and we're going to push up. If you want to stay grounded, then you can just stay grounded with the chest and the back. If you're working harder, we're going to squeeze up as we twist. So we want a twist, a twist, twist. In breath and out. In breath and out. In and out. So you can stay here and just do the legs, or you can do your twists if the shoulders are off your mat. And rest. Oh. Okay, we're just going to roll over onto our tummy, and we're going to do arms, forearms underneath the shoulders, toes extended. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and head forward. Give a little stretch back, shoulders pushing back to centre, hips on your mat. Breathe, head is forward. And from there, we're going to relax down. Allow your hips to roll from hip to hip. And then we're going to do a little swim one. So we're going to have the hands forward and visualize that when you're coming up, you're coming out of the water. We dig back, in breath, and then you breathe out and as if you're swimming underneath. So we breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. In breath, you can stay with the hands just underneath the chest if you wish, underneath the elbows. Or you can breathe in and breathe out. In and breathe out. In and out. In and rest. So we're working the lower back. Stretching the core as you lift up. We're working into the lumbar. And from there we're going to just push back and sit back into your child pose. Reaching forward. And then we're going to come back onto the sit bones. Seated. Haven't got much time left. So we're just going to arms forward, chest up, and as you breathe out, you squeeze the belly button down. So breathe out and lift the leg. So breathing out and in, breathing out and in. So if you're sinking back lower, this will be harder. So we just lift, squeezing the belly button down and have a little rest, stretch back, shoulders back and in. And then if you can do that from legs at 90, it'll be harder, or you can stay grounded. So we breathe out and in, out and in. Tight core. And hold. And if you wish to take the legs up, take the legs up. If you wish to stay bent, stay bent. If you wish to stay grounded, stay grounded. Hold. Tummy tight. And give a little stretch back on in breath. Breathe out, chin down. In breath. And out, and then we're just going to stay back in a full stretch, holding underneath the kneecaps, and then we're going to just reach out to the side. So we're going to lift, we want to push the chest, shoulders back so that you have a nice long stretcher, shoulders in line together, and back. So we're going to breathe out and in. Breathe out and in. Squeezing the stomach in as you stretch on your out breath and in. Breathing out and in. And rest. So we're going to take the legs, we did it a couple of times now. If it's too difficult to hold the legs, you can just do the legs out and in. If you're holding lower down the legs, you hold hard a little B. We are lifting up to tabletop and lifting up to straight legs. And then we lift the chest as we open out the legs and back. So lift the chest as you squeeze. Don't hold your breath, just nice controlled breathing. And then we're going to stay out, keep the chest up. Nice. And then bring your toes in together to a little diamond, and then take the legs out. So we're going to breathe in as the toes come in, breathe out as the legs come out. So we have in breath, and out. In breath and out. Last one. In breath and out. And bring the legs together. Legs out in front. In breath. Lift the arms, chest lifted, push forward, hinge. In breath and out breath. And then we fold on the next out breath. Hands on the shins. Lift, bend the toes back on in breath, out breath, drop down, head down. You may want to press the toes back on in breath as you lift, chest up and out breath, forward and maybe point, in breath and out. Bring the feet together, drop the knees down, lift the chest on in breath, push down on out breath. In breath and out, and then we're just going to cross the legs to the front, sit comfortable, breathe out and push out, allow your head to drop down. Next out breath, push from the hands, arms behind, and push away from your back, shoulders away from the ears. Out breath, we lift up nice and high. And then we're going to just do a little twist. Opposite hand on knee, in breath lift, out breath, look behind, over your shoulder. If there's neck pain, keep the head side on. Change Change side, in breath, lift up, out breath, twist. And then we're just going to rest the head over, dropping the head towards the shoulder to stretch out the neck, push the palm or fingers into the mat on the opposite side. Change it and really get the stretch into this neck. And then we're going to have one hand on the mat, breathing in, reaching up, and breathing out, coming across, not dropping the shoulder forward. If you want to come down onto the elbow here, you can come down onto the elbow, but make sure your bottom doesn't lift off your mat. So both bum cheeks on the mat. Take a deep breath in and breathe out and lift. Come down if you wish. Keep that shoulder lifted back and come back up. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Big deep breath in, nice long back, and breathe out one more time. Breathing in and breathing out. And thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that, and take care. Any comments, put them up, guys, and I'll get back to you. Appreciate you coming on, and thank you so much. Bye.